Checking out of my hotel room here in Las Vegas.
Well, it's that time again. Adam is heading to an international destination. And it's where several people thought he might go. One of two countries. People were saying either Mexico or Canada.
I am heading to Canada.
Adam then goes on to remind us, as he will throughout this video, that yes, he's been to Canada before, but he really has just scratched the surface. He needs to go back.
But I haven't really properly documented it, and I haven't really put it on the interwebs as far as my channel goes. So, going to Canada.
Adam mentions that, of course, he went there for baseball, and he's toured with an unnamed band, and it will go unnamed throughout the video. Why take any attention off Adam? Keep it on Adam.
And see some Canadian things.
So Adam says he's going to spend a week or so, give or take a week, in Vancouver, and then spend the bulk of the month in Canada. It's still going to be hectic. It's not planned, so nobody panic. But oh wait, there's more. There's a specific reason he needs to go back to Canada.
Also need to get some Canadian currency. When I was at the baseball game, whatever happened to my Canadian currency? I lost it.
Well, I'm sold. That's reason enough to go. All right, on to Canada. Adam mentions he could have taken Uber, but he went the taxi route, so now this taxi cab driver can tell his grandchildren about the day that he transported Woo.
No, I am flying Delta Airlines. It is being utilized or associated with WestJet, so I believe this is where I'm supposed to be walking in. Not the Delta terminal, but the WestJet. I couldn't check in online. So
Adam, a bit out of his comfort zone, wants us to make sure we know it is Delta. The plane is going to be on time. It's going to be a smaller plane. He's not very happy about that, but so far, so good. Oh, and unfortunately, he has to check a bag.
room for my bag, so I guess it's a smaller plane, so all I'm taking with me on the plane is my backpack here. Ready to go. Got my passport ready.
As Adam makes his way through, he reminisces about how Vegas is just its own thing. It's so unique, man. And then has time for a reference to a movie no one remembers.
Every time I see an escalator in an airport, I think of The Man with One Red Shoe. I always think of Man with One Red Shoe. Love that movie. Early Tom Hanks. Classic.
Would we call it a classic? I'll let you decide on that one. So The Man with One Red Shoe, it was a remake of a 1972 French film. It did roughly $8 million at the box office. It cost double that to make it, let alone any type of advertising budget. But what does it have that Adam likes in a movie? Not only is it from the 80s, it's Adam's sweet spot, 1985. And if you're curious, of a list of 10 ranked Tom Hanks worst movies, it came in at number 4.
This is the gaming lounge. Smoking is permitted inside this gaming lounge. That has to be quite the experience being inside there. Nice little mural up top here. You got a little beautiful scenic views right up there. Artwork form. Love all these paper airplanes. Look at all the paper airplanes up here.
Yep, more of the same. Walking and just saying everything he sees in front of him. Now, if he were doing these videos specifically for the blind, maybe I could understand it.
A gift shop over there, and then next to that you have the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign, a recreation of the one that is over by the Pinball Museum. So you got two iconic things of Vegas, the sign and Elvis Presley, which is right around the corner here. Yeah, he's right over there. See him? He's right there behind the counter.
What do you mean, did we see it? You showed it to us before you showed us the Vegas sign, and then you went back to Elvis. Yeah, we saw it. Adam continues to point out the trivial and the mundane, and he finally decides, you know what? I'm going to get a coffee and play some slots.
Why not? There's a Dunkin' Donuts right here. They're still using their holiday cups? What the heck month is it, Vegas? Also, this is a $4 coffee. 1/3 the price of the coffees on the Strip. Granted, I was getting...
My goodness, Motormouth is at it again with the manic stream of consciousness about the coffee. And how dare they use holiday cups?
Frankie looking at me right there. Look at all these awards, that are not awards, but how much money people have made right here.
The awards. It's just a video game leaderboard, folks. Type in your initials. Adam switches machines and does that creepy whispering.
Come on, give it to me.
Much like that busty brunette when your card was declined, computer says no. Unfortunately for Adam, no big casino win as his financial drought continues.
In my recollection, I don't think I've ever flown WestJet before.
But Wovians, don't worry. For any of you that may have slept through the other part of the video, or maybe you just got out of a medically induced coma, it's not really WestJet, it's Delta. He's not changing things, don't worry.
Granted, again, it's booked through Delta, but they're using WestJet. All right, I'm sitting in seat 2F. 2F.
You know, it's funny, I was just about to say that's how many F's I have to give about where Adam is sitting.
Got the Crocs on. I love flying with the Crocs. Been wearing tennis shoes most of the time in Vegas.
Pure trolling. And of course, some of the Wovians can go, I like Crocs too.
Sitting in 2F. 2F.
2F, yep, we got it. We got it. Your chariot awaits, Adam. You'll be fine.
Signs are visible throughout the cabin. Please comply with them at all times. Smoking, including electronic cigarettes, vaporizers, as well as do not take any of the carry-on baggage with you during an evacuation and follow the directions of the crew.
Yes, Adam, follow the directions of the crew. And I feel like one of their directions has to be no more knee shots in the frame.
We're about 12th in line on this runway to take off. It's very windy. Okay, here it goes. Feel it revving up. It's go time.
You know, Adam seemed genuinely concerned about this flight. He's really had to scale back his freewheeling, limousine-riding, first-class flying ways. And he wasn't quite sure it would get off the ground.
That's a cool view right there.
Remember, folks, international traveler Adam taught us that the higher up you are, the better the view. You didn't know that before. Don't try to say you did.
Have some apple juice.
Later, Adam will say he didn't eat anything on the plane, although he will correct himself that he had snacks, but he decided to forego a fancy schmancy meal, which I highly doubt this airline offered.
All right, I've arrived in Canada. Just got to go through customs and the passport and border patrol.
Just a couple of cavity searches, and he's in our neighbor to the north. Here's another perfect example of Adam having to explain to himself what just happened so he understands.
Here's the plane I was on. Are they pumping birds out under there? Okay, here we go. Passport control. Ooh, I like these carvings. Oh, this is so cool. Look at this.
Yep, he loves it, loves the carvings. He doesn't even need to go outside the airport. It's the greatest thing he's ever seen in his life. Yeah, that's what you said about Barrow. We'll never forget.
That was pretty simple. Took the paperwork that was from the self-kiosk, and then I went through the checkpoint. Me rolling on the rail right over here. I think this might be me.
Turns out Adam's actually at the wrong one. It's 21, not 25. And don't think he's turning over a new leaf, that he's going to start checking everything. He was forced to do it this time. He was kind of forced to do it with his mom. But he goes on to tell us why he doesn't like to do this. Because the anxiety he feels that his bag could be stolen, the Woo Manifesto might be leaked prematurely.
I have been to Tijuana, Mexico. I don't really consider that I've been to Mexico. And even though I've been to Canada a little bit, I went to Toronto for the baseball game.
Adam goes right back through repeating about the fact that he's been in Canada, but yet he's going to Canada. And even though he's been in Mexico, he's going back to Mexico, and you get it.
An area, certain city, area, region, or province, I guess is what you could call them here.
Yes, you could call it that, and should call it that, because that's what it is.
So I'm not really considering Canada or Mexico to have been country.
It's fine, Adam. You can be anywhere you want to be. It doesn't have to fulfill something on this magical list that only you keep in your head.
Coming back. Tim Hortons time. It's Tim Hortons coffee time.
It can be Tim Hortons time. That's fine. But did it have to be Feet Pete time? There's already been one.
I'm going to be greeted. It's kind of nice. In the U.S., I don't call it a greeting area.
I mean, does it really matter, Adam? The only people that are here to greet you are the carvings. But I guess that's all right.
All right, achieved.
I mean, purchased is more like it, but I guess achieved. And Adam starts to read every single thing on the cup till he's reminded that he actually has a buddy that he should let the audience know about.
The buddy?
Hey,
Nerd Locations?
Nerd Locations in the house.
You like Tim Hortons?
I love Tim Hortons. I plan on living off Tim Hortons for the next few days here.
Let's cheers it up.
Cheers.
Let's start our week-long adventure in the greater Vancouver area.
So Nerd Locations, his name is Ryan Belcher. I hope I'm saying the name right. It may just be Ryan Belcher. But he's kind of an interesting guy. Wrote and directed an independent film, which was kind of Napoleon Dynamite-esque. Musician, singer-songwriter. Fits into that Adam niche. Not punk. He's been in country bands, maybe in other types. I didn't go too deep down the rabbit hole. But very similar to a lot of the Wooverse. A lot of the people in the Wooverse. But is really a aficionado when it comes to movie locations. So I'm imagining that's what the Canada trip is going to largely consist of. I think that will be good for Adam view-wise, because that's what a lot of fans like to see from him. And Vancouver is a plethora of movie locations. So from here on, I'll refer to him as Nerd Locations as he's presented by Adam. He's going to be Adam's chauffeur, his handler for this trip, his companion and compatriot. I think he'll keep Adam on task, so that'll be a good thing. So as they drive through Vancouver, Adam, of course, what does he do? He needs to equate things back to what he's familiar. He finds a monorail. He finds something that looks similar to locations in Vegas. He finds something that looks similar to the Vegas Sphere. Why? Just appreciate the fact that it's Canada, and it's different locations in Canada.
What's that sphere over there? That's neat.
Is that Epcot?
Spaceship Earth? Look at all the wires here for the streetcars.
Yep, it's going to be a trip down memory lane. Everywhere Adam has gone before is now going to be equated to the place that he's in now. Never learn any new things. No, just wires, spheres. It's cool and crisp from meteorologist Woo. All is well in Vancouver. So what to do in Canada first? Oh, I know. Go down an alley. Remember, Adam's an art connoisseur now, especially alleyways.
All right, already in another country. And walking around the back alleys. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action right here. Very, very nice.
Many places that Adam will point out throughout this video in particular, he's been before. And he does say that, but he tries to act like it's the greatest thing he's ever seen in his life, even though he's seen it before.
Street, in the Gaslamp District, is the clock that steam emits itself from. The steam clock. For the clock, 6 o'clock. Okay, the citizens of Vancouver by the community of Gastown, presented by the former mayor Art Phillips. Look at this right here. That's one of the coolest freaking things. Now, I saw this back in 2013.
Yep, seen it before, but he wants it to seem new and fresh to you people.
It's Neck of the Woods playing a show, the band I was in.
A band who shall not be named because Adam lives on his own accolades, not those acquired in the past, even though that kind of is his life, but still.
I love a good clock, and I love steam.
That made me laugh harder than most anything in this video. I love a good clock, and I love steam. All right. Adam is trying to kill some time because he is waiting around for the steam clock to blow. So what can a guy do but start reading?
Site known as Gastown. This isn't really going to be a filming location video, obviously, because it's a travel day, but a movie that I know and love, and I know Nerd Location knows and loves, was filmed right around the corner from here.
Never ending story. But there's also a gem we found out. The Chuck Norris 1991 action film The Hitman also features the clock.
Adam's very perplexed by Nerd Location's mention of a Chuck Norris film who Adam refers to as just Norris. Okay. And he made the cardinal sin of saying a movie from the 1990s. You don't mention movies from the 90s, folks, unless Adam does first. Those are the rules. I didn't make them up.
I don't think I've ever seen The Hitman. I got to look that one up. I should be looking at this photograph because Nickelback, Here and Now. Is that the singer from Nickelback?
Whoa, Adam. I know you probably say those things off camera, but be careful about saying them on.
Dead cool. Pretty dead cool.
Unbelievably, we are still here. Adam could not find it in his heart to edit any of this footage, edit any of the plane footage. We're still here. But it's pretty dang cool.
Especially because it's nice and cool and crisp out. You get that. You get the steam is actually a lot more visible.
Cool, crisp, and steamy. That's definitely how I would describe an Adam the Woo vlog.
And then the bullies at the end of Never Ending Story are standing basically right where we're standing. In fact, you can see the three bullies are kind of pretty much right about here. And you can see the...
So Adam has mentioned this before, of course. Big fan of Never Ending Story when he came to Vancouver before he saw this location. Again, in Vancouver, it was for decades the cheapest place to make movies. It became the go-to for television and movies both. You're going to be hard-pressed to find an area that doesn't have a movie location of some sort. But Adam's got to make it like it's the greatest thing he's ever seen, even though he's seen it before.
Cool. It's pretty cool. Oh, there it goes. All right. Perfectly in tune.
Perfectly worth the wait to hear that, even though Adam says it actually happened around 6:08, not 6 o'clock when it was supposed to. So, not on time.
They run right along here. You can see these windows. And then they turn the corner right around here.
Continuing down our never-ending story path, and what may seem like it's the never-ending vlog, Adam can't believe it's still an alley. They kept it in place just for the love of the film.
Right there as they're going into there. This is pretty dang cool. Now it's not Falcor. It's a person on a bike coming down, but I'm gonna pretend that person, that lady on the bike, name is Falcor.
Thank you, Adam. Had you not said that, I would have mistook her for a luck dragon. Appreciate that.
Right along here. I love how there's all these dumpsters, just like the dumpsters that they jumped in.
It is, Adam. It's so dang cool. Real dumpster. It's almost like they probably put trash in them or something, and they have locks on them. That's to keep fans, from reenacting this. It's not because they don't want people throwing away unauthorized trash. That wouldn't be the case at all.
Head. Cool and crisp out.
This is not good when Adam is struggling this much for content already, repeating himself this much his first day. So Adam continues just to mention anything he sees, and he wanted to say really carefully up front that, hey, this is not going to be a movie location day. This is first day, travel day, first day in Vancouver day. It became movie location day, and it became reading signs and reading buildings day, but it's not that. It's travel day. Travel day. Always remember that.
Yeah, a lot of good murals and paint. It's like a couple bands out here. You got Sonic Youth down there.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah, there you go.
Snoop Dogg.
Is this the side of like a
Kurt Cobain.
record store? Clash.
Normally this would be a few minute glance, but Adam has the time to kill and the watch time needed, so he keeps her going.
Definitely seems like a very artistic place. Lots of graffiti.
But remember, Wolfman Jack, you love graffiti, so that should be right up your alley. Literally.
Right there. Do love some hot pot. I love soup in general. I love pho. I love ramen. I love hot pot.
He loves it all. But unfortunately, their first stop off, the line is just too long. It's either 22 people or 22 couples or 22 groups. Adam's not sure.
There is some flatulence happening over here by these trees. I don't know exactly why, but I'm hearing someone is passing some gas over here by these trees. What's going on?
Sounds like that Heart Attack Grill burger is still making its presence known.
Cambodian and Vietnamese cuisine. Let's do it. This has way less people. Way less people. I passed on airplane food today. I didn't want to eat airplane food, so now I did have some snacky stuff like chips, but it's time for a delicious hot meal. Oh yeah, extra large bowl of chicken pho right here, and then you got the chicken and beef right over there.
Yeah.
This is a good size bowl.
Yeah, I imagine him and his buddy will be enjoying a good-sized bowl later.
And we got some hot tea. All right, that's going to do it for today. I have officially made it to Canada. I'm here in the greater Vancouver area. Not necessarily in the city, but on the outskirts and around Vancouver for the next week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.
So Adam being very vague about where he is, as he is in any location, and I don't blame him. He has to protect himself, not from the naysayers, but from the Woovians themselves. Because all over his comment section today was people offering to show him around Canada, which is very nice of them. But Adam will not take them up on any of that. His friends and chauffeurs have to be properly vetted. So Nerd Locations is with him. I think he'll help Adam find some really cool spots. So it'll surprise me if this Canada trip is anything out of the ordinary. Nothing going to be really earth-shattering here, but it probably will be good, as I said earlier, for Adam's views. I think he'll play into what made his channel successful in the early days of the Woo. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Have a great Friday. Aaron with Passing Through Productions. You've been passing through, and I hope I shaved off about half of what Adam's normal video was. Thanks and have a great one.